Okay, we're on page 95 in our journal, and we're talking about measuring and drawing angles. And the first rule is to use a protractor to measure and draw angles. And then once I have my protractor, what is the second step? Whether I'm measuring or drawing angles, what do I need to do? Put that away, please. Connor.
Draw a ring.
Not yet. Before that, in my mind, I need to think what?
Oh, is it going to be acute, obtuse, or right?
Very good. Decide if angle is acute, obtuse, right, or straight. That determines if you need to be looking at the larger number or the smaller number on your protractor. Okay? Then who can tell me what to do? What do we do next? Lucy.
Measure the angle.
How do I measure the angle? How do I do that? Lucy?
You measure the angle by lining up the line at the bottom, and depending on if it's acute or obtuse, you measure on the left or the right side.
Okay, very good. So you have to line up the hole in the protractor on the vertex of the angle. Thank you.
Oh, please.
Please pass these to your two friends back there. Okay, and then you have to line up the line on the bottom of your protractor. I'll take one, please. Even with the bottom ray. That is for measuring. So who can measure this angle and tell me the size of this angle? Oh, here's another step. Extend the ray if needed. And remember that I said we need to put the pencil down or the marker down, whatever we're using. Then we need to line this up with the arrow. Otherwise, it's going to be off. If I just put it down wherever I want, I have to line it up with the ray. Put my pencil down and extend it. And that will help me to tell exactly the length of exactly the measure. Because it's not exactly 40, is it? What are you getting at?
39.
What are you getting? I'm getting 38. Here's 30 and here's 40. And that's 35, 36, 37, 38 is what I'm getting.
Yeah, same. I got 39. I got 40.
Yeah, 38.
I got 40.
Okay, well, so first of all, if you're getting 43, please pay attention. If you're getting 43, this is 30 and this is 40. So it's less than 40. It's between 30 and 40. So make sure you're paying attention to the direction that the numbers are going. Yes, Nolan?
I got 37. Yeah, I got 37.
I can take 37. Yes.
I got 37. I got 40.
Exactly 40.
What about 39?
Okay, it should be about 38 is what I'm getting. So it should be close to 38.
37.
Okay, and then you need to ask yourself, does it make sense? Could an acute angle be 38 degrees? Yes. And the same for when we're drawing angles, okay? If it's an obtuse angle, it needs to be bigger than 90 degrees. It needs to open wider than that square angle. Yes, Sam?
When I didn't get 40, I got 41.
Okay, well, I'll have to come over there and look at your protractor with you. Okay? Okay. Turn then to page 97. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about degrees and a circle, and I think I accidentally assigned this IXL to you already.
Y6.
No, I think it was Y1 maybe. I assigned it to you during iLearn. Yeah. So that was an accident. I shouldn't have assigned that. But how many degrees are in a circle? And I think it was it Mason or Nolan? Somebody asked me, and when we were talking about our straight angle, and it was 180 degrees.
That was Mason. That was Mason.
Okay. Then someone said, well, what about if we go all the way around? Wouldn't that be what? How many degrees is that? 360. So I just want to talk for a second about that. If I look at you and you're a student, let's say like Dalton, and let's just say you've had a horrible first 9 weeks and you just don't do any homework and you blurt out in class all the time and you get real angry and throw things out, throw things away that you should be keeping. And then the second 9 weeks, Dalton comes back and he is like the perfect student. He does all of his homework. He does everything I ask him to do. Then I might say, wow, Mrs. Amsball, Dalton has done a 180. And that means he has,
Flip it around.
he was going this direction, and then he turned around, and now he's going this direction. So that's where that phrase comes from. That's a 180. Now, you're familiar with the 360 because people say, oh, wait, have a seat, please. 360 is something that you might see somebody do a really cool slam dunk in basketball or a skateboard trick or a dirt bike trick. When they do a 360, that means they turn all the way around, okay? So those are just some references to degree angles. So that's kind of funny that we have terms and phrases in our society that everybody knows and it comes from math. Okay, so the first thing here is every circle has 360 degrees. What do you need, Nolan?
I was just giving a reference from the video game, a 360 no scope.
Okay. Shh. Okay.
All the way around, switch between all your weapons.
Okay, let's not talk violent video games. Okay. So in order to decide how many degrees an angle is, if you have a circle, there are some things that you can do. Number one,
Oh, that smells good.
The closest person that can smell is probably me.
It's probably Alex.
hey guys, let's hone in and focus. Number one, divide the circle into equal sections. Okay, so if it's one whole section, it's 360 degrees. Equals 360 degrees, then divide 360 by the number of equal sections. Okay, and then there are some that we should memorize.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really bad at memorizing.
Okay, what about 1/4 of a circle? If I have a circle and it's divided into 4 equal parts, what is the angle measure of that, each part? 90 degrees.
How does that angle?
And 360 divided by 4 is 90. Okay, what if I have 2 equal parts, half of a circle? What would that be? So it would look like this. What would be that angle measure? Avery? 180 degrees. And 360 divided by 2 is 180. And then what about 3/4? If 1/4 is 90, 3/4 is what? How many degrees? Kenley? 270 degrees. Okay, so let's look at this one together. How many degrees make up a whole circle? Nolan Bruns. What is the total number of fractional parts? It's divided into how many? Fractional means equal parts. Macy? 3. So what is the measure of just one part? What's the measure of one part? Noah?
90 degrees.
Not 90. It's 360, and then we have to divide that by how many? By 3. There's 3 equal parts. So how much? The whole thing is 360. So divide it by 3 to get how much is in this part. Trace? 120 degrees. So then how much are the 2 shaded parts together? Or 2/3 of our circle? Mason?
240.
240 degrees. So the whole thing, all the way around, is 360 degrees. Okay, there's 3 parts, so we divide it by 3. That gives us 120 degrees. The 2 shaded parts then equal 240. This is 120, 120. Are you measuring it to see if it's accurate, Carson? Let's measure it to see if it's accurate. So this should be 120, each red part. You're going to have to
Extend it out a bit.
extend it. I'm at 120.
I'm at 124.
I'm at 120. Why aren't you trying it? Everyone should try it.
No, I'm not 120. I'm at 120.
Okay. Well, you're not on the circle. You have to lay it flat like that. See, this line has to be on top of that. The whole one.
Yeah,
And so you can also then extend this out to make it
A little bit.
easier.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And by the way, you said this from last time.
I'm getting 120. I'm getting 120.
Okay, so when you measure, you have to have this needs to be lined up on top of here. Okay, so circles are a pretty cool thing because they always measure out precisely. They always will measure out precisely. A perfect circle. Does anybody know what tool we use to draw a perfect circle? What's the tool we can use to draw a perfect circle? Harper?
Oh, I know what it is.
Yep, it has a pencil, a needle, and you put it here, and then it has a pencil, and you turn it around, and it'll draw a perfect circle every time. Mason?
Compass.
It's called a compass. Okay, I'm going to show you. Listen, use a compass to draw a perfect circle. And the thing, that if it's a perfect circle, then these will always measure 120 degrees if you divide it into 3. If you divide it into 4, it will always measure 90. A compass is a tool that it's got like a needle here, and then it has a pencil over here, and you pop the needle into the paper, and then you use the pencil, and you hold the needle in place and turn this pencil.
I'm sure you can find videos of
Yep, we can Google an image momentarily. Okay.